Hello everyone, Jonathan Pierce here, aka All Torn Occam, and welcome to Drinking Age Movie Reviews, a show where we look back at movies that just hit that important milestone of being able to have their first adult beverage. Today we're going to be taking a look back at August of 1998 and discuss the movies Snake Eyes, The Avengers, Blade, and Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
And that, as much as anything else, led to my drinking problem.
If you're wondering what metric we use here at Drinking Age Movies, this right here will show you everything you need to know. Now, let's begin with our first movie, Snake Eyes.
What you need? My hair looks like shit.
I'm on TV. I'm on TV.
For Christ's sake, I'm on in 30 seconds, will ya?
I think people would vote for his face, don't you?
Yeah.
Released on August 7th, 1998, Snake Eyes follows dirty cop Rick Santoro, played by Nicolas Cage, as he attempts to solve the killing of a senator during a boxing match, only to find out he was a pawn in the plan of his best friend, military commander Kevin Dunn, played by Gary Sinise, to attempt to save his missile project from being shut down by Carlo Gugino's character. Directed by Brian De Palma and written by David Koepp with De Palma, this is a quintessential 90s murder mystery movie. That was fun to say. 90s murder mystery movie, 90s murder Damn it! Nicolas Cage is Nicolas Cage in this movie. Like, all of Nicolas Cage. You get his amazing acting talents when needing to be serious, and then you get the Nick Cage that we've all come to love.
How do I live without you?
Yeah.
Go Tyler! Go Tyler! Go! Go Tyler! Go Tyler! Go Tyler! Wow!
That's what I was looking for. Gary Sinise does what Gary Sinise does. He plays the military guy, and he plays it well. And the stunning Carla Gugino has excellent chemistry with Nicolas Cage, as well as a litany of other great supporting cast members like John Hurd, Kevin Dunn, and Luis Guzman, to name a few. As with most movies of this genre, the appeal is in your first viewing. Knowing the twist generally means that your next viewings aren't going to feel as good. That being said, this movie is still great. Coming off of the massive success of Mission Impossible from De Palma and Koepp, this movie truly does feel like it was a passion project of theirs, and it shows in both the script and direction. So, how does the movie hold up? It was damn good. Paul, what did you think?
I think it's damn good, but I do have a shot-by-shot breakdown of why this might be the most quintessential in all of Brian De Palma's filmography.
Make sure you check out that link below and in the description. Next up, The Avengers. Nope. Not that one.
Because the weather is no longer in God's hands, but in mine.
Released August 14th, 1998, The Avengers is based off the 1961 British TV show that follows John Steed and Dr. Emma Peel, played by Ralph Fiennes and Uma Thurman, as British agents who seek out to stop Sir August de Winter, played by Sean Connery, from letting loose his weather-changing device and causing devastation across the world to, I honestly have no freaking idea. Ultimately, Voldemort and the Bride are able to take down Draco and stop his nefarious plans of making things cold and windy or wet. Your guess is as good as mine. Written by Don McPherson and directed by Jeremiah Chechik, this movie fails to get an audience when released not only in America, but throughout the world, especially in the UK with an already set fan base. This film is so poorly edited to the point where the actual plot makes so little damn sense. At one point you see Uma on a hot air balloon, and no reason how or why she got there. Plus, there's this.
Welcome to Wonderland Weather, here in our London headquarters.
With most of the film on the cutting room floor and an obvious cash grab from a well-known series, this movie really failed to hit the mark. Ralph Fiennes looks bored throughout the entire thing, and you would be too coming off of two Oscar-winning movies like Schindler's List and The English Patient. Uma Thurman did the best she could in a bad situation, but sometimes looked like she was just trying too hard. And as for Sir Sean Connery, well, this was almost the movie to get him out of film entirely. Almost. It's hard to tell where this movie failed exactly. With the performances being mediocre at best, the script really not even letting you know what decade it was actually set in, and the editing just leaving you with questions, and you really don't care to ask them. I think it's pretty obvious, though, where I stand on this film. It's damn awful. Shaggy, what'd you think?
Oh, it's damn awful. But it's better than Endgame.
I disagree. But let's move on. Next up, Blade.
It's the day one.
Released on August 21st, 1998, Blade, written by David Goyer and directed by Stephen Norrington, follows the title character Blade, a day-walking vampire, as he slices, dices, and shoots his way to stop Deacon Frost, played by Stephen Dorff, from causing the apocalypse, while also attempting to curb his own evil appetite with the help of his trusty sidekick Whistler, played by Chris Christopherson, and newly bitten scientist Karen, played by N'Bushe Wright. This movie is a non-stop romp of fun. Wesley Snipes is so perfectly casted in this movie, anytime you hear his name, Blade is the character you think of. And this is the guy from Demolition Man. Chris Christopherson plays a great downtrodden mentor, if the character is not just a little cliche, but he still brings that cool cowboy flair that really only him and Sam Elliott can bring to the table. Now, the pair does feel a little off, and I attribute this to the quiet nature of the Blade character, but she never really feels like he looks up to or even appreciates Whistler, but a small complaint if any. A few down things about the movie. It's a little formulaic. Here's a good guy, here's a bad guy, here's a good girl. Good guy saves good girl, bad guy tries to take over the world, good guy stops bad guy. I don't know what else it could have been, but we've seen it a few times, but it is what it is. Also, the special effects aren't great, even to 1998 standards, but the makeup is really well done, especially the crispy critter Donal Logue. So, how does the movie hold up? It's damn good. Paul, what'd you think?
This movie bites. And sucks. You're welcome. And it's damn great.
Thanks. Alright. Next up, we got Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Scarface. I've watched Scarface. If you want to know how to do a drug deal, you watch Scarface.
Writer and director Guy Ritchie's Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, released in the UK on August 28, 1998, pits four friends Tom, Soap, Eddie, and Bacon, played by Jason Fleming, Dexter Fletcher, Nick Moran, and introducing Jason Statham to the movies. These four friends lose all their money to a poker game and are forced to rob their next-door neighbors to pay for a substantial loan given by Hatchet Harry, played by P.H. Moriarty, from their cash and drugs that they robbed from a gangster who is in turn the person who's buying the drugs off the incredibly lucky and unlucky protagonists. All the while being pressured by Hatchet Harry and his goon, Big Chris, played by Vinnie Jones, also his first appearance on film, who is also trying to recover stolen guns to bring to Hatchet Harry that the four friends just happen to come across in order to steal from the neighbors of the drugs from that other gangster. Okay, the plot is nuts. This being Guy Ritchie's first film, one that was given a chance by a few lucky contacts, and during a time when British gangster movies was thought to have been a dead genre, was a critical success and was nominated for multiple BAFTAs and even winning the Audience Award. This movie is nonstop through and through. There's not a moment where you can sit down and go, okay, these guys are gonna be fine. Not one. It is cheek clenching the entire time. Also, there is not a single good guy in this movie. Not one. The four friends being the best of them, and you are really rooting for them, though. I think this speaks a lot to Guy Ritchie's writing. Cinematography-wise, this movie just looked British. Not to say that's a bad thing, but just looks British. That older look, just with modern actors. Speaking of the actors, everybody played their part perfectly in this movie. All of them were a bunch of crooked badasses. And there's a reason for that. They were crooked badasses before they became actors. With all the sphincter tightening moments going on in this movie, it does still have a little bit of a pacing issue. You're never given that chance to breathe. And it works for the movie for the most part, but every now and again it does feel a bit too much. Now, how does this movie hold to the test of time? It's still damn great. Shagamus Prime, what'd you think?
It's damn great. Right. Now I'm stuck talking in this Cockney accent.
It's alright, love. And that's going to do it for Drinking Age Movie Reviews. If you'd like to hear more about these movies, make sure you check out me and Paul's podcast at Drinking Age Movies. You can check us out on Spotify, Stitcher, and on iTunes. Also, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and that tiny little bell to get notifications on all Drinking Age movie content, including Paul's weekly in-depth analysis on movies that you can finally enjoy a beer with. And don't forget to check out my Twitter at @Altorn_Occam and Paul's at Father of the Fear. And if you're into video games, come check out my stream. I'm at twitch.tv/Altorn_Occam, and all links will be in the description below. And with that, my name has been Jonathan Pierce, aka Altorn Occam, and you have yourself a damn fine day.
Cut.